Good evening, YouTube. Hope everyone had a great day today, and what a day it is. I could not have asked for better weather for the first episode of my new YouTube channel, No Mercy Sports. What is No Mercy Sports? Well, if you saw my preview episode, you have a pretty good idea of what will be going on. For those of you fuck nuggets who didn't, let's review. No Mercy Sports is the most uncut, unfiltered, and unfucking censored sports talk page that you will find on YouTube. That means a lot of sports news and a lot of F-bombs. Videos will be posted weekly of me giving my opinion in a very honest manner. And if you don't fucking like it, that's fine. Comment below and share your opinions or share topics you would like covered in future episodes. Make sure you like and subscribe as well. Without further ado, let's get into our first episode, baby. No Mercy Sports, baby!
Nobody can stop me now.
Wow, what a crazy week it has been in the world of sports. Let's start with the Super Bowl between the LA Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals. This is the second time in franchise history that the LA Rams are Super Bowl champions. The last time they won the Super Bowl, everyone thought that a computer program was going to cause the end of the world. For those of you Gen Z fuckers that don't know what I'm talking about, you better go Google Y2K. On top of that, the Rams are the second team in NFL history to win a Super Bowl on their home turf. The only other team that did that was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers back in 2020. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford had quite the night, going 26 for 40, throwing for 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, but unfortunately 2 interceptions. His teammate and Super Bowl MVP Cooper Red Solo Cup had quite a night as well, nabbing 8 receptions for 92 yards, 2 touchdowns, with one of those touchdowns sealing the win for the Rams. Now, being champions, the Rams have a lot to reflect upon this offseason, with head coach Sean McVay saying that he wants to run it back. Are the Rams going to have enough cap space to keep the key players they need to run it back again? Personally, I don't fucking think so. For a few reasons. Reason number one, you already know guys like Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, and Matthew Stafford are going to ask for a big extension and serious money just to stay in LA. Now, maybe the Rams have the means to keep them there, but maybe they don't. Reason number two, it is incredibly fucking hard to repeat as champions. The last team to win back-to-back Super Bowls were the New England Patriots in 2003 and 2004. Teams may have made back-to-back appearances, but there are no other back-to-back winners currently. And reason number three, there are a shitload of teams right now in the league that are going to be gunning for a Super Bowl win next year. Teams that are hungry and feel that they were robbed of a Super Bowl appearance this year, like the Bills or the Titans. Right now, my two favorite teams to make a Super Bowl run next season are the bitter Buffalo Bills after their divisional loss to the Chiefs on a fucking coin flip nonetheless, and the now pissed off Kansas City Chiefs after they blew an 18-point lead to the Cincinnati Bengals. All in all, the Rams had a great year this year, but I don't see them winning it all again next year. I don't. I really don't. Now, since we're talking about the Super Bowl, if you saw it, you obviously saw the halftime show and how insanely good it was. For those of you mumble rapping fans that don't know who the artists performing the halftime show were, you better go listen to their music and prepare to have your mind blown. Now, aside from being transported to the early and mid-2000s, back to the days of Razor flip phones, AOL chats, and the beginning stages of Facebook that we all know and love, the artists performing did a few things on stage that came off as controversial. It really wasn't. People just don't know the full story of what they did and why they didn't. Eminem is catching backlash, as always, after taking a knee during his performance while Dr. Dre was playing the piano. Eminem was taking a knee in memoriam of rap legend Tupac. No, it wasn't part of the protest against police brutality. Meanwhile, Dr. Dre was told when performing his song Still Dre to not sing the line, Still Not Loving Police, but did it anyways. Dre had some problems with the police back when he was with the rap group NWA. The list goes on about what some of the artists were told not to do, but they did it anyways. Like Snoop Dogg being told he couldn't wear a blue bandana which signifies his past gang affiliation. So how does Snoop respond to this? This motherfucker shows up in an all blue bandana tracksuit instead and crip walked on fucking stage. Most of the artists on stage are known for being rebellious. History shows if you tell them not to do something, they're gonna fucking do it regardless and subliminally say, fuck your feelings. I'm glad they did this too, because that was a sick-ass halftime show if you ask me. Now, since we're talking about LA, let's take things in a different direction and get into basketball. If you haven't been following, the LA Losers, as I call them, aka Lakers, are currently sitting at a record of 27-31 right now and just lost Anthony Davis to an ankle sprain that'll keep him sidelined for the next 4 weeks. Now, 2 years ago, the Lakers were champions. The following year, they lost to a young Phoenix Suns team, and we all saw LeBron James walk off the court in Game 6 during the first round of the playoffs. It's kind of ironic if you think about it, since there was all this hype about them going to the championship and meeting the Brooklyn Nets. But they didn't even make it past the first fucking round. It was fucking crazy how all these analysts were all about this Lakers-Nets finals since both teams had crazy amounts of talents. But oh, how poorly something like that happening aged. With the Lakers taking a first-round exit, we also saw the Nets losing in the conference semis to the Milwaukee Bucks, who would go on and win the championship in 2021. Now in 2022, the Lakers stacked their roster, signing Carmelo Anthony, bringing back Dwight Howard, and signing Russell Westbrook. It blows me away. The fucking Lakers would sign all this talent only to sit 4 games under 500 and be the 9th seed in the Western Conference. We know the standard the Lakers are held to, and right now, these fuckers are not living up to that standard, nor are they living up to the hype they were getting coming into this season. The Lakers have all this talent with Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard, Russell Westbrook, and LeBron James, but they aren't doing anything with it. Can the Lakers turn things around and bounce back, or is this experiment and stacking the team with all this talent doomed to fail worse than the next experiment with KD, Irving, and Harden? In my honest opinion, hell no. We've seen from history, any team LeBron goes to, things start off well. But when the going gets tough, LeBron gets going. If you don't believe me, look what happened when he went to Miami and then back to Cleveland. History speaks for itself. Alright, let's transition now to the Eastern Conference. 5 teams are battling for the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and 3 of them, the 76ers, who recently added James Harden in a trade with the Nets, the Cavs, who have been very surprising this season, and the defending champion, the Bucks, are all 2.5 games back of the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls, who are currently tied for the 1 seed. 3 out of those 5 teams battling for the 1 seed have had a very surprising season. Honestly, we all thought the Nets, Bucks, and 76ers were going to be the top 3 teams in the East. However, the Nets experiment of KD, Irving, and Harden has crashed worse than a stock market crash in 1929. So the Nets traded away James Harden to the 76ers, but they added Andre Drummond, Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, plus a few draft picks to their roster, which didn't help. The Bucks got off to a slow start, but have since found traction and are playing like the defending champions they are. Now for the 76ers, we will see if the trade to bring in Harden pays off. I still believe the Nets won this trade, but the real question is, will Harden and Embiid coexist? We've seen Harden play alongside with guys like Westbrook, Howard, Paul, and most recently KD and Irving. And while things started off good, it has always ended in disaster. Now, who do you think is going to come out of the East? I honestly don't know, but it's going to be really fun to watch in my opinion. All right. Imagine having a 28-point lead against a team who doesn't have their key superstars. Easy win, right? Wrong! The Knicks blew a 28-point fucking lead to the Nets, who didn't have Irving or KD. Instead, we saw their newly acquired players, Seth Curry and Andre Drummond, lead the way to a 111-106 victory over the New York fucking Knicks. Saddest part is the Knicks have quite a good team put together with guys like Obi Toppin, newly acquired Cam Reddish, Kemba fucking Walker, Evan Fournier, and RJ Barrett. When the Knicks landed Cam Reddish, they seemed poised to make a good run and possibly make some noise in the playoffs. But after this embarrassing loss to the Nets, it looks like they should start getting comfortable and watching the playoffs from their fucking couch. Honestly, though, do you think the Knicks have a chance to turn things around, or is their season over after a humiliating loss like that? I honestly doubt it, because since 2012, the Knicks have been an embarrassment and never sniffed the playoffs. The only other organization that's a bigger joke than the Knicks right now are the Orlando Magic. If you guys know other organizations that are a bigger embarrassment, let me know in the comments below, baby. Now, let me start off by saying how much I fucking hate the Dallas Cowboys. Now, if you didn't already have a reason to hate the Dallas Cowboys before, guess what? You do now, you fuckers. The Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders claimed voyeurism allegations in 2015 when the team's longtime senior vice president for public relations and communications, that's a lot, Richard Dalrymple, was said to have been in the cheerleaders' locker room while they were changing. One of those cheerleaders alleged she clearly saw Dalrymple standing behind a partial wall in their locker room with his iPhone extended toward them. So how does the front office respond and handle something like this? Simple. They gave the cheerleaders a $2.5 million fucking settlement. I don't care who you are, but that is disgusting. The fucker should be fired and made sure he won't get another job working with any other team. But then again, this is the Dallas Cowboys we're talking about. Owner, president, and general manager Jerry Jones is a delusional fucktard who would rather focus on trying and failing to win football games instead of handling situations like this. This is not a good image for the gay boys, and nothing they do will make them look good after something like this. Promise you that. Now, that's all the time I have for you guys today. Like I said at the start of the video, like, subscribe, and comment below. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. You've heard mine, and I'd love to hear yours. My name is James Kaplan, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the first episode of No Mercy Sports. I will see you guys next week. Peace